Well, hey YouTube, it's Chuck. Good morning. I am here this morning and I am gonna expand this hive here. I don't know if you can see down in the front of it right now, I'm trying to get the camera in frame, but basically this one is overpopulated. But I did a walk-away split from it on the 12th, and I have that they should have hatched on the 24th, and mating should not happen till the 29th. And I'm looking at my watch, today is the 26th, so 2 days ago the queens should have hatched. And I've got the same thing going on in most of these hives. I don't normally like to mess with queens in that phase of hatching to mating, but I'm gonna do it on this one because they need more space, and also that's gonna be an indicator of how did the hatch go. I'm gonna make a little bit of room here and just kind of show you how I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna bring over this 5-framer that's empty right now and transfer it over, maybe do a little bit of a discussion on what I see. We'll see how the mood is. It's, I don't know, it's 8 or 8:30 in the morning right now, and the bees are in a pretty good mood so far, so I hadn't had to put my veil on, but that can change at an instant. So let's see what we look like. Cracking this open, and of course, very populated set of bees. They look good. I'm not gonna over smoke them like I normally might. Over smoke is the wrong word. I'm not going to smoke them like I normally would because I don't want a virgin queen to get skittish in here. So let's go ahead and pop out the beetle trap and see how we look in here. The middle frame most likely is where I'd put the eggs, so I'm gonna try to pull the outer frame first, just in case there's any unhatched cells. Shouldn't be 2 days late. You never know. Temperament is very good so far. Haven't bumped it yet either though. This is good. Nice mood. Obviously I requeened this, so I should not see any larvae, but I've got a nice food frame here and kind of glancing and looking for a virgin. Obviously when I'm throwing bees in here, I would like to see her go in. That way, if I have to end up doing the shake at the end, I don't want to hope she went in. Obviously virgins are hard to find if you don't know what you're looking for, and even if you do, they can be hard to find. They run a lot. They're very skittish. Sometimes that is the behavior you can see. Their abdomens are not normally extended like they are after they're mated, so they can look a lot like a big worker. They don't look like drones to me because of the eyes and the head, but I'm not seeing queen cells, which means they've broken all of them down most likely, and or she fought her sisters that were also hatching to the death, which is what happens when you do a walk-away split. You let them make their own cells. First one that hatches, or the strongest one that hatches first, usually wins the battle. And then there is only one. I'm not seeing her here either, but there's a lot of bees on here, and she very well could be on this frame, which was the center frame. And popping the propolis off of here. It's not quite warm enough to make it really, really soft, so it's a little bit hard this morning. And another great food frame on the back. Okay, so now, I don't think you're going to be able to see this, but what I'm going to show you here are cells that have hatched, and some that have not hatched. Definitely one that has hatched there and eaten out from the side. There's a couple more cells that haven't hatched, and I'm gonna leave those on there. You never know what's going on in here. They could kill this virgin today because I opened the hive, and those cells could be my best bet. This is the 3rd frame, but obviously I do see indications of hatching, which means there should be a virgin in here. Oh, I wish I could see her. I can see them crawling around on these cells. They're gonna break them down today, most likely, if she's in here. All right, good number of bees. Because it's morning, I don't worry too much about foragers and everything like that. I do want to try and spot her if she's in the box. She's probably already in the hive on that frame. Now I have to decide, am I going to put my veil on before I slam these ladies down into the box? I don't see her in here either. One little beetle, so beetles are not a problem yet, but I am going to be preventative. I'm not going to zip up, but I'm just going to throw this on here. You see all those bees on the front? They need to go in too. They should be brushed in. All right, now I'm gonna move this over right where the other one was. I think I'm fine. They weren't too bad. They're just buzzing from disorientation. A couple more drawn frames. A little bit of mold on this. With the population very high, I don't have a problem letting them clean this up. There's enough bees in here to do this work. There's no small hive beetles or anything in this, so I'm not worried about that. But giving them just some busy work to do and to clean up is a good thing for a overpopulated hive to do. So now I'm up to 5 frames. Didn't see the virgin, but I did see evidence of a hatched cell. I saw a couple extra cells that had not been broken down yet, so you could argue there's emergency queens in there still. And put the lid back on. And I need to do my queen math. I need to get another label on here to translate this math, but for the time being, I'm just going to put this label on here because this label here has my mating on the 29th and should be laying on the 2nd information. And obviously every hive that you have something going on, you should be keeping notes. I'm going to leave these other ones alone because I saw what I needed to see in there. Evidence of hatching, my timing was right. This should be fine. Give them plenty of room. Now, one important thing to remember is these queens hatching right now in August and September, these are going to be overwintering queens. They're going to have the entire fall flow of October to build up, to start laying before we kind of go into our quote-unquote winter in zone 9B here to shrink down and then booming. These will very easily be the strongest hives I have in my spare colony to get me through any sort of hive losses that I might have in the winter on my production hives over here. You can kind of see a little bit my production hives that you can see within this camera frame. Those are the hives, and I have a whole nother set over there that might need some backup resources. I have backup resources all in this area, and of course new queens coming should I need to requeen or replace something. Anyway, that's all I wanted to show you today. This is quick and dirty, just a little bit of giving a nucleus colony some room, checking on the mating status of the walkaway split. That's it. Hopefully you enjoy this content. We'll see you next time. Have a great day.